Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you. Not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Won't then lock your door. 5, 6, crucifix.
You got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome, everybody, to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here with you.
Scotty Bonin with you guys.
We are
The Blood Brothers.
And
Carmelo Chimera.
the one and only in the poolside of the flamingo shirt.
Yes! Here we are!
Woohoo. If you're watching on video, yes. If not, don't worry about it. Here we are on a mellow recommendation, the Sentinel that I didn't even know existed. I do have to. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Rob's not here. We were just waiting. Maybe he'll still come. I don't know.
And the Rob.
I don't know. The Rob's not here. I don't know what's happening.
Sometimes Rob's like a vowel. He's like the letter Y. Sometimes he's a vowel. You know, sometimes not.
Sometimes
I could just be his alter ego. I could try to be Rob and Scotty.
Yeah. Here we are. Just so you guys, we tried. We're recording on his requested night on this day, and he's still not here.
At a time he confirmed.
Yes. Rob, where are you?
Where are you, man?
All right. Anyways, the Sentinel.
The Sentinel.
I'd say this was a hidden gem, but it is on Netflix right now.
I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
How have I not seen this?
I felt the same way because the cast of this movie is like, it's got a crazy good cast. And I know we'll get into it, but I guess it's like for some of these guys, it was their last movie or close to their last movie. Mm-hmm. And for some of them, it was like their first movie.
Their first,
like,
yeah. It's crossroads here between old talent and new talent.
Yeah, exactly. So that given that crossroads, I was surprised I hadn't heard of it sooner. A shout out to my friend Kristen, whose father wrote the movie and recommended it to us. And I was really like, I went into it. I love the 70s, like satanic panic movies. I love Rosemary's Baby. I love The Exorcist and Omen. And, so when I heard the description, I was like, okay, cool. It's like my genre. And then I watched it. I'm like, this was surprisingly good. I was surprised I hadn't heard of it. It's that good.
Yeah. No, it was. And it's once I pulled it up on Netflix, I recognized some of the shots from it and everything. So I must have seen it scrolling past, but it's not, the title doesn't stick in my head. And yeah, very surprising. You start to see who's in it and you're like, holy shit, this is packed with just people.
It's a cool classic. I mean, I think I heard of it. I mean, obviously there's another movie with like Michael Douglas called The Sentinel, but this is like more of the supernatural horror that was first. And I think you're right. When I was scrolling through like Halloween movies in Netflix, this must have been here for like the last month. I think I saw like the picture of like the
priest. I think the priest picture is what I recognized, and not even from the last month. I'm talking maybe years ago. I scrolling. I think I have seen the pictures of that priest. The priest that's the Sentinel. That
I just can't believe he was on Netflix too. That was a plus.
So
accessible.
Here we are with it.
The Sentinel.
I guess those are sort of our opening thoughts. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I would say that this is one of my favorite subgenres. I think you can call it a subgenre. I think you can call 70s satanic panic, supernatural horror, sort of a subgenre. You got the really, and we'll get into it, but really it started with The Exorcist. Then, it started with Rosemary's Baby in 1968. Yeah. Then you had The Exorcist in 1973. You had The Omen in 1976.
Yeah.
They all sort of, I think within there was probably Amityville, which I would sort of put in this too,
Changeling, I think, too.
Changeling in it. Yeah, where they all have the same feel and vibe. Side note, I think the newer Omen, if you guys watched it, did a brilliant job of replicating some of the cinematography used in these films, specifically the zoom in shot. I don't know if that's very characteristic to me of 70s horror, where it's very raw. Like when you see it today, it feels very raw and almost unprofessional.
Yeah.
But it's like a zoom in on something.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I actually love it when it's like someone's holding an important item and the camera like zooms in on it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But it's like quick.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not as drastic as God forbid we could not communicate to anyone living on the set of Sin Eater to replicate from Exorcist 3 the zoom in. It's not quite that drastic, but it is like a little more drastic, because today I think we're used to seeing a very slow zoom in over time.
Yeah.
Very artsy. This was more of like a medium. You get there within a 10 seconds. You know?
Yeah.
Like
And
you
you
hear the noise and it zooms into where the noise was at.
And if you rewatch it, they actually did a lot of the cinematography style stuff in the newer Omen, the remake, I think, as an homage to the original.
I need to watch that.
So
still,
You talking about the 2006 remake or the 2024 first?
the 24, not 6. Sorry. So 6 is the one with Liev Schreiber and stuff.
Liev Schreiber, right,
Yeah.
right.
No,
Yeah,
it was the newest one.
Yeah, that 2004 Omen was fucking
Or
awesome.
2024. You're talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the 2024 was just awesome.
Yeah. It was good. It was really good.
maybe it's coming back. Maybe that zoom shot's coming back. They're kind
Yeah.
of throwing it back.
We're gonna bring it back. We're using it in our next
damn
one.
right
We
we
got
are.
to. We got to.
Yeah,
Guys,
I
someone's got to
think
get it right.
that first Omen was what I hoped Exorcist Believer was going to be. Like, and I didn't even, first Omen wasn't even on my radar till I hit the theater. And then I was like, oh shit, this is what we needed. Because I love these kinds of movies like The Sentinel. I love this, like, because there's part of me that's, still Catholic in my DNA.
Yeah.
And so this shit scares me on some kind of primal level.
Yeah.
And me too. Like Lutheran, we grew up, which is, diet Catholic.
Right, right. Sugar-free Catholicism.
Yeah. And
you
that's
see
what
the
we grew
cross-
up on. Scotty and I got
He was using-
confirmed.
at the very end, had like the Lutheran, the IHS.
I had the IHS on. Yeah, I mean,
I'm like, whoa.
we'll post pictures, Scotty and I getting confirmed in high school. Him with his metal braid copying coal chamber
I
hair.
had like blue hair with they were braided in the front, and I'm wearing like a hymnal robe and getting confirmed.
We were acolytes and somehow skirted getting raped in the ass.
Acolytes, yeah.
Congratulations, we've made it 6 minutes and 56 seconds on this episode without a mention of sexual assault.
Yes.
Here's my first thoughts too. I relate to you. How I like it kind of reminds me of like the Changeling and the way the music kind of started off with like the 80s,
Had a good score.
70s, late 70s feel is like a extravagant music, and there's people going crazy in like the city, but it kind of had me feel like it was like a Psycho feel too, with like the priest up and looking out the window the whole time, and I don't know, like
Martin Balsam was
dead,
in
he
Psycho.
looked like he was dead the whole
I
time.
know exactly what I also thought of Psycho. I thought this is a little bit of a Hitchcockian homage.
I think the back of the priest's head was very resemblant of the mother in Psycho.
Yeah, that's
from
that's
the side
what got me.
views.
Yeah, for sure. Like
I think something I would want to know about, and we talked briefly about having the writer on the show with us, and we might, but something I would want to know about is how much was in his mind when he wrote the book, because we look at that shot and we're like, that's very much like a Psycho shot. Or was that something that, like, did he write the book knowing it would become a movie and they had those ideas in mind? Or is that something that was added later from like the director saying, okay, this is how I'm gonna do it?
Yeah.
I guess I'm just wondering how much those things actually influenced.
I'd like to read the movie.
from the book to the screen if it translated.
Yeah, I'd be curious about that.
Was there an Omen? There wasn't an Omen book before.
No, there is. Yeah,
Is there? Was it before the movie too?
Yeah, I believe so.
I want to read some. Because long ago I read the Exorcist book and enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah,
and I need to get back on that trend of reading. Books the movies were made after.
This did have a little Omen feel though too, with like the Catholic and the priests and stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
In the case of The Exorcist, I think that's why I asked, because in the case of The Exorcist, the movie was more or less greenlit, before the book even came out. If I understand it right, he wrote the book but he wrote it like already having a literary
No way.
agent, a film agent,
Okay.
and I think sold the script rights, based on the strength of the book.
Wow. Yeah. Because the book
realize
was
that.
I think I'd have to check, but I think
Yeah.
they came out more or less contemporaneously.
Okay.
And the movie, that movie tracks that book real close.
I need to read. You know what?
Exorcist does.
Read the book years ago, and it's sort of gone out of my head already. So I need to do that again at some point.
No.
I had these memories of reading it. I used to, for a few years, I was a firefighter, and I have memories of reading it at the fire station at night.
Really? You read The Exorcist?
Yeah, I was
At
just
the fire
sitting in
station
the
by yourself at
recliner reading it like before bedtime.
William
I
Blatty.
yeah, and I was going to mention I've got an audiobook. You can get it on, I don't know, Audible or whatever. William Peter Blatty actually reads the audiobook.
Oh,
And so that's really cool because you get to hear the inflections that the author imagined when he wrote it.
Wow.
So it was sort of another way to experience The Exorcist.
just like
That's
Friedkin
really cool.
narrates the film on the commentary.
That's right.
Freaking, yeah. I bet Blatty does a better job doing the book rather than Freaking on the freaking
On the commentary, yeah,
my God.
worse commentary.
I'd like to
But
hear
that's all right.
Blatty because
We'll
I
forgive
want to
him.
hear like the sinister mind behind that.
Right.
Not even
Exactly.
sinister, just like his
Yeah,
the real life mind. I mean, it's crazy.
yeah.
No.
I want to
Well, yeah,
hear
I
the
think-
novel for the author for this.
But
Yeah.
the chance to
Yeah.
actually pick
Jeffrey
the author's
Konvitz.
brain, like we get that so rarely. So I think we should.
We should
Konvitz,
dig into
yeah.
his mind. I have some clarifying questions I would want to ask him too, because there's some differing research I've done on what the director said in the commentary versus what's out there on how much of a part of this film Jeffrey Konvitz was. So
Yeah, that's a good question. We should find
interesting
out.
to hear
Yeah.
it.
Maybe we should do a little
straight from him.
synopsis first, though.
Yeah, so let's hear what's
little-
for those of you that haven't seen this movie or haven't seen it in a while. You have no excuse; it's on Netflix. That's just me assuming the world has Netflix, but I'm still surprised some people don't. So,
Carmelo gave us
please.
his first thoughts too.
yes, please, Carmelo, give us a synopsis for. What happens.
Sure. So the Sentinel is about a young model, Allison Parker, and she, despite still loving and wanting to be with her boyfriend, attorney Michael Learman, she wants to get her own place. She wants to get her own apartment, and she finds one. She finds a really sweet deal at an absurd price that I took note of. That was, fully furnished. It's gorgeous. It's wonderful view of the park. And then she starts to meet all these weird neighbors, and they're all kind of intrusive, and they're not like outright hostile, but they're just kind of weird. And then it gets weirder, weirder and stranger, and she gets less and less comfortable. And then she finds out that the whole building is empty. There's no one living in the building at all. And she's seeing the ghost of her dead father, who with whom she had let's just call it a strained relationship. And even going so far as to like stab his ghost, not realizing she's accidentally murdered like a real person.
Yeah.
Because it turns out after some investigation by her boyfriend, who also may be a murderer, right? That this apartment is the gateway to hell. But there is a sole priest sitting atop this place who is the Sentinel and guards the gate of hell and stops it from opening up into the world. And she actually turns out to be the next Sentinel. And so as this changing of the guard is happening, these demons are leaking out to try to get her to kill herself, drive her crazy, and get her to commit suicide is the only way to stop her. And then in the end, she takes up the post of the Sentinel, and she becomes this like eternally catatonic guardian of the gate to hell. And
She does. She must have had to move while construction happened and then move back.
Yeah, so exactly. She becomes the Sentinel, and then you find out that the building was destroyed and demolished, and you think that's the end of the movie. But in the new, much more modernized building in its place, she's there, and she's sitting.
They must have
atop-
posted her on the sidewalk for
Right. Yeah.
4 months.
She sat looking over the construction site. Yeah.
Because they built the same building in the same spot, or just a new building in the same
A new
spot.
building. Although that we'll get into it. That's just a mat and the actual building.
I was kind of rooting for Michael Learman, Chris Sarandon at the end there, but I didn't realize it was a twist there. He was actually He actually
Yeah,
hires someone to
you
kill
don't
his
know
first
he's a
wife.
murderer until then. They hint at it. The police certainly think
It was
that he is.
good twist. It was good.
It was good, and him becoming one of the demons. So that's the thing that the movie, we'll get into this, I'm sure, is somewhat controversial for, is then you start to see a bunch of like damned souls coming out of the woodwork, and they used people who were deformed, people who were maybe circus acts, things like that are strange and unusual looking, and today people might call this sort of thing exploitative.
Yeah,
sure.
We'll get into that.
That's sort of what I thought when I first saw it. I was like, apparently everyone in hell is deformed, and
right, exactly. So, but your favorite podcast. We're going to give you our hot takes. We're not going to show.
We will.
We're gonna hit this topic on the head.
Sorry, I gave away the last part of the movie there. If you guys haven't seen the movie yet,
well, you can't come to the podcast without seeing the movie.
Yeah,
you got to see the movie.
Or if you do, you have to expect spoilers.
You're damn right.
We are wrong. The bigots have been wrong all along. It's not God hates fags. It's God hates deformed people.
Yeah, apparently.
According to the end of this, yeah, I mean, there was some normal people in there. There were some normal looking people that are
Burgess Meredith, for instance.
Exactly. He's like, he was the leader. He just had bad teeth, so he was leading them.
He's Rocky's guy in the corner in all the Rockies.
That's true.
Come on, I mean, he was
also the Penguin in Batman 66.
Oh, what? I didn't know
was
that.
the Penguin. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Well, you said you have some numbers.
Yeah, I got some numbers here.
Okay.
So the Sentinel was released theatrically by Universal Pictures on February 11th, 1977, and was a mild box office success. It grossed a total of $4 million on a $3.5 million budget. And that's just United States. So I'm not sure what it did internationally, but it was the 57th highest grossing film of the year in 1977. So
okay,
there you go.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, they made $500,000. There you
All
go.
right.
And it did go, and it did good in VHS rentals, and now has become a classic, and DVD rentals as well.
Yeah, it took him
like most of these do.
Yeah. It was, and I'll get into some of that too at the end.
Sure.
Well, yeah, let's jump into it. It's this is going to be a weird one because I have the Blu-ray and I watched. There's 3 commentaries. I don't love you guys enough to watch all 3. I watched the one that I thought would be most valuable, which is with Michael Winner, director, scriptwriter, producer on the film. Controversial person, sort of.
He's a winner.
Yeah. British director. But anyway, so what I've found, and I will go through some of the research and then point out what contradicted it in his commentary. Now, normally when I listen to a commentary and it contradicts any research done, I just sort of take the commentary and run with it.
Yeah.
But I also think he did this commentary when in 2008, and then he died in 2013. I think he was born in like 35, so he was pretty old when he did the commentary. Anyways, after taking it all in, I'm not sure whether the research would be wrong or he's remembering wrong on the commentary.
Because he's might be a little senile.
We're gonna give it both. We're gonna talk about both sides of the story.
You got conflicting information. I'm hearing here.
It's also very apparent in the commentary that, although probably a great guy to hang out with, he's very old fashioned and he used deformed people for people from hell. And again, in the end, I think it worked out fine because I think a lot of them were happy to be working on a film. And
on a film set.
Yeah. So if you ask those people themselves, they were sort of happy to be there and doing what they wanted to do. But maybe anyone from the outside would have been like, this is exploitative, like you talked about. But
yeah, so that's interesting because I think about this a lot, and this happened recently when Disney did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and Peter Dinklage was like, this is offensive and ridiculous, and I can't believe that they're doing this. And but then there were other little people actors who came out and said, hey, shut up, we would be happy to have these jobs. And so I mean, it's not like the entire group of people doesn't all have the same mind of it. Is important, and they're probably acting jobs for some of these folks are probably few and farther between, right?
Yeah.
So they're probably very grateful to have him, and frankly, I think Peter Dinklage is lucky in a certain sense because he's been so successful and he's so very talented that he's taking roles that, whether or not they were written for a little person character, he does it anyway. And, if you watch him in X-Men, for instance, there's no bearing on the plot whatsoever that he's a little person, right? None at all. Yeah. And that's great for him. And he is a very talented actor, but that means he doesn't have to take parts that are only for little people. And there's some people out there that's the only job they can get.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like I don't know that I'd call it exploitative, right? It is what I'm trying to say. Or certainly you can't speak for all of them and say that anymore.
No, you can't. And by all accounts, and from what I've heard, they were mostly treated very well on set, able to share their stories, had a good time. There was a couple rumors and it was confirmed in the commentary that certain higher ups in production didn't want to dine with them or something, which is dumb.
And I totally believe that happened.
Yeah.
I believe it.
And I do too. But then
it's unfortunate, but I believe it. Yeah.
Well, and the funny thing was, not funny thing, but like sort of a look into that is that Michael Winner, the director on the commentary, straight up said, "Oh, these people didn't want to dine with them." So I made it a point to like go out and dine with them, and then he immediately didn't because it was extremely hot and humid in the tent where they were dining. So maybe that was why. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
They didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So,
and I think maybe that's like my takeaway is we've become so sensitive and maybe overly so in some cases that nowadays this might have been shut down or not allowed or whatever. And yet it's also possible sometimes that there are other factors like a really hot tent. And if we're too sensitive, sometimes maybe we miss the reality. While we're out there looking for causes to fight, sometimes we miss like the things.
Well,
like maybe this is a dream come true for some of them, and
I mean, what would you prefer, right? That they never get this chance if there's something they want to do.
Well, they pulled them from other towns, from other states, and they were able to come in. And some of them were quoted as saying, "This was a great experience for me because I didn't feel so alone anymore."
Yeah.
Like, I was around all these other people that are like me, and back home, I'm the only me,
That's an excellent point.
Yeah. So.
And I would ask, Hollywood uses amputees all the time for special effects and for stunts and things like that. And I would ask, is that exploitative? And if you gave those amputees the option, hey, we're not going to you don't have to work. We're not going to take advantage of you only having one arm. I'm pretty sure they'd say, I want my job, please.
No, pay me, please.
Yeah, no, I will take this.
Yeah. I mean, it almost turns these things into like, how do I put this? It takes what society might sometimes call a handicap and turns it into a strength, right?
Yeah.
Parts call for someone who's unusually tall or unusually thin or has one leg. And all of a sudden this thing that's a part of you is as valuable as it should be and becomes a good thing. I don't know. I'm for it is what I'm trying to say.
Me too. And you might be used again. Then you can tell your family and your grandkids or hey, look, I was in a movie. Check it out.
Right. And if any one person said, no, I don't want to do it, the Peter Dinklage is out there, I respect that, right? Like,
I respect that too.
He feels about it. I do respect it. But
everyone has their own mind.
Not every person with a birth defect or deformity or little person, they don't all think the same thing.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Well, before we jump into what will be some differing information, I think we can build a little bit of the character of Michael Winner. I already said that he's a little old-fashioned. Again, died in 2013, born in 35. Did the commentary in 2008. I think it's better to just say some of the things he said to get you in the headspace, because he was saying that he wouldn't name names, at least. He did have one or two affairs with, I don't know, he called them affairs. I don't even know if he was married. Maybe they weren't affairs in the traditional sense that we would use that term. But Yeah, so he did sleep with one or two girls during the film, and I think fully on used his director status to do so, and
He just plain out said that.
freely claimed that he likes to do films where there's like, he said this is a great film for it because there's party scenes with lots of cute women, and it gives him more chances to get with these women.
Jeez. Hey, that was a wild time back in the 70s.
Man,
I think, and he talks so freely about it, and again about other things on set, like just the way he would refer to things reminded me of how my grandma would refer to things. You know what I mean? It's a generational thing where
Totally.
they don't know that they're being extremely racist, or they don't know that they're being, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
It should-
Yeah, it's like that kind of like, I don't want to say harmless. It's not harmless, but that kind of like, there's no maliciousness. It's just how they all talk.
It's just how it was.
yeah,
back
it's like
then.
my dad telling me the race of everyone who he dealt with at the oil change place. Like it, you
Right,
know,
right,
It's
yeah.
not needed.
Don't say it that way, and he doesn't. He doesn't know he's doing it. It's
Like-
no, you don't.
Or his first question, if I think I got charged too much on a repair or something, well, was it a Mexican? Like, you know.
Yeah, it's like,
Dad,
But then if you
no.
immediately follow that up with, "All right, why are you racist?" He'd be like, no.
no, of course not. No, I didn't. I was asking for totally unrelated reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. So it's okay. So that's kind of his
So
character.
that's sort of
Michael
who
Winter.
Michael Winter is. Okay. He's
Okay.
like my grandma who, you know, told me once in the Walgreens parking lot in the middle of winter that the Mexican in the wife beater doesn't get cold because he eats spicy food.
Oh my God. I remember that.
Or her telling my cousin, asking him if his new girlfriend was white because they don't want any Holsteins mixing and matching.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah,
yeah, she's dead
dead now, rest her soul.
She was born in the 20s. Yeah. My goodness.
I won't name any names, but I had a family member who has an interracial marriage, and an uncle of mine said something like, "Oh man, I don't know what I would do if that happened to me." I was like, "Happened to you? What do you mean happened to you?"
Yeah,
Like,
it just happened. He woke up one day.
what? Well, I think he meant, well, if one of his own sons had.
Yeah.
Right, and I was like, How would that affect your life? At all?
Yeah. Well, you
It's
guys,
so weird to me. It's like so alien when I hear it. I'm like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You guys can. We talk about cousin Kathleen a lot. She had a lot of run-ins with old grandma. She'll tell you about that. With her different colored boyfriends. His grandma was always.
Yeah, I have a different colored wife.
God.
It's a little interracial.
So,
I wonder if she's
yeah.
about her.
Well, anyways, Michael Winter.
yeah.
That's sort of the type of generation he was from. So
All right.
I have a little bit of information on these affairs if you want to hear it.
yeah, actually,
So
that'd be great.
It turns so after he dies, right? It comes out that he'd been financially supporting two of his former lovers,
Oh
like
gosh.
paying for living expenses and their accommodations and all that shit. And he had left his. He claimed he was worth like 75 million pounds, but in reality, by the time he died, he only had like 17 left, and he only left his wife 5 of it. But he didn't even have that much because he had so many debts.
Oh,
so they all, the wife and the former lovers, all got attorneys to fight his will in courts to try to get more of his assets.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it turned out that he might have had more, but offshore, and they didn't know that he had like hidden money everywhere.
Oh, more money. I think
Okay.
more girls.
Okay.
Yeah, and so when they looked into other countries, they found 50 million pounds more.
50 million just hidden away.
That's awesome.
Different bank accounts or something. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and that shut everybody up. Wives and mistresses alike
like,
all
okay.
joined hands together and sung in a spirit.
Let's
of
split
harmony.
this.
So they got their money, and
Yeah.
it was all
Jeez.
okay. Hey, he provided. In the end, he provided.
Man.
Did
Did he do more stuff that he?
Let's
he
not
must
forget
have
what he
more
did.
films.
Yeah, well,
answer
I'm
your
about
question.
to talk about it.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm about
let's-
to talk
let's-
about it.
let's dig
So
into this.
let's start. All right, mid 1970s is the setting. Hollywood was riding a wave of occult horror hits. We already talked about it. Rosemary's Baby's 1968, Exorcist is 1973. Which I don't want to go off on a tangent, but good God, how is this still to this day the scariest movie ever made in 1973?
73.
Incredible.
And one of the best made movies of all time.
The best looking effects still.
For being
it's
73.
fucking insane.
Oh my God.
Anyways, the
We should
Omens.
recover it. We should.
Yeah,
cover
I know.
it.
We have to.
Omen 76. So author Jeffrey Konvitz, who we already referred to, tapped into this trend with his 1974, there's the year novel, The Sentinel.
Omen was so good.
Carmelo already sort of gave you a rundown, but it's a tale of a New York brownstone that hides a gateway to hell. The book was quickly optioned for a film, and Konvitz, now here's our first bit of info that's not, aligning.
Okay.
So Konvitz himself co-wrote the screenplay with director Michael Winner. Now, Konvitz also took on a producer role to shepherd his story to the screen. But if you listen to the commentary with Michael Winner, there was some bad blood between him and Konvitz. Winner claims that Konvitz attempted to write a script for this movie, and it was rejected immediately. And that it was this book was brought up to Winner at a party at a executive with United Artists. And I think maybe Universal was there. It was like a bigwig party in Hollywood. Michael Winner was there. He's originally from the UK. I don't know what he was doing out in Hollywood, but he was there. And it was sort of pitched to him that, hey, we have this book that we optioned that we tried to get a script from Michael Konvitz. We didn't like it. If you want to take a go at it, you could direct it if you do a rewrite. Again, this is all according to Michael Winner.
Right.
He claims that he was at that party. He said yes. They signed some contracts over the next couple days. He flew home. He said, funnily enough, they contacted him and said, now wait, you can write, right? And he, after already signing the paperwork, and he did say, I've written 7 scripts before this. And he said he finished the rewrite in 2 weeks, but waited 4 weeks to send it back. So they took him seriously. Wow. And he's claiming that is the script we ended up with, and that Konvitz was sort of not happy and trying to get more into the film than Winner's script had. Mm-hmm. And that's sort of how it went down. And Winner had a lot to say about, well, of course he's unhappy. They rejected his script and took mine. And if when the book writer writes the script, they want the book word for word, and that's a 7-hour movie. And I had to make an 1 and 40-minute movie, So
Right.
He took Jeffrey Konvitz's book and kind of just dumbed it down. Into a movie.
So that's our first bit of conflicting information. There's some sources that say that they co-wrote it together and it was great. But, so that's the first bit of it.
I see his name all over the credits here. Jeffrey Konvitz with writer and screenplay but
so maybe there's a little more to the research side of things.
Yeah.
But still,
again, be interested to talk to Jeffrey Konvitz and see.
We got to get him on the show, man.
Yeah, we got to unravel this mystery. I think.
We will.
Yeah.
We hear the commentary from Michael Winner, and he said this. Is this true?
So Scotty was already asking about his other films. So Michael Winner is a British filmmaker known more so for his gritty action than horror films.
Okay.
He had recently made waves with Death Wish, 1974, Charles Bronson.
I love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's his most famous and controversial hit.
We've never covered that.
It's not really a horror movie. It's an action.
Yeah. Well, we could bring back the cult classic action.
True enough.
Might have to.
I guess
side note: Charles Bronson is very much a. Now I feel like coming back as a memorable Hollywood icon in his fitness routines and his all this stuff. You read about online.
Sure.
So.
Oh yeah, Bronson was something else.
Yeah.
And they also did The Mechanic together before Death Wish, and Winner directed the first 3 Death Wishes, I think. Which
he was in on it.
Boy, I don't know how the same guy made Death Wish 3 that made Death Wish 1.
I've never watched them all.
So I've seen the first one.
I've seen the first 3, and by the time you get to 3, it is so off the rails. Cheesy. It's like the first one is fucking great. The first one
I've seen the first one.
is awesome. And even the second one I really like a lot. But the third one's just fun. The third one is literally just like
cheesy,
running around the streets of Detroit with a giant, M60 like Rambo, just mowing gangbangers down by the score. It's like that scene in Hot Shots Part 2 when Charlie Sheen is shooting everybody and there's a counter at the bottom. Yeah. That's Death Wish.
Like, ding, 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 ding.
Oh, man. Well, The Sentinel is Winter's first and only real foray into the horror genre. His reputation preceded him. He was seen as offensive and brash by some colleagues. Again, sort of lining up with how he acted on the commentary. Not that, again, a different generation. I'm not saying he's a horrible guy and whatever, but
yeah.
But his involvement gave the project a confident leader in this film. So they secured finance. Yeah, they secured financing. Universal Pictures would later distribute the film. What I was hearing on the commentary is a lot of the financing was already in place from. He mentioned United Artists, but then Universal did end up with the film. So, they had it in place.
Maybe United Artists had it first, and then Universal took it later. So now we're diving into a little bit more of contradictory stuff. So from the start, the producers pursued an unusually star-studded cast for this horror film. The research is saying that Konvitz and the studio felt that packing the movie with well-known names would elevate its prestige and marketability. So they wanted to go for all these names. They nicknamed this the airport casting after the all-star disaster movies of the era, I should say. It just means all the minor roles were filled by recognizable actors. But Winter said on the commentary that the studio was saying, "Oh, we're not doing big names. It's a horror movie. We don't need big names." But now the research is saying they wanted to have big names, so there was a recognizable cast on the posters and everything. So, yet again, another contradictory information.
Yeah.
Winter talks about, now this wasn't in the research at all, that he had wanted Martin Sheen for the lead and wanted a name. And that's sort of where the debate became, we don't need to pay all this money. We don't need names. He actually had Martin Sheen over to his place for lunch, he claimed, saying that, it's pretty much a done deal. I just got to get approval. You're going to be great in the role. And then the studio ultimately was like, no, I forgot he mentioned the producer's name. It was like, I should pull up the producer's names, but it was one of the guy that was in charge of the whole production. Basically said, no, we don't want Martin Sheen. He's doing television for us right now for Universal. And back then, I guess it was a bigger deal. If you're doing television, you don't do movies. Vice versa. It's I think the movie still had more prestige than the television back then.
Sure.
For Universal.
Yeah. I mean, that was the case really until the early 2000s.
Yeah.
When you started to see The Sopranos or 24, where 24 has Kiefer Sutherland in it, making the jump from movie to TV, which is normally was seen as a backward movement.
Yep.
Then that became this tremendous hit, and then you start seeing James Spader leading shows and things like that, and and the work on The Sopranos made that's where what do they call it now, the epic shows or the prestige shows.
Yeah.
And now it seems like everyone wants to do television.
Shows. I mean, that's where they all say the money is now. And
because it's for an actor, it's steady work.
Yeah.
Well, for crew too, and also you can tell a much bigger story.
Yeah.
It's
funny
for sure.
we ran into this, if you guys remember, when we covered From Dusk Till Dawn, because Clooney had on that film made the jump from TV to film and was then considered more legit after that. Because he was only ER before. He was only television. They were like, fuck this guy. He's only television.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when Tarantino was like, no, we got to use him in Dusk Till Dawn, and other people attached to the project were like, no, he's TV. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now it's not as frowned upon anymore as it was.
No, well, now it's again, like Carmelo's saying, I don't know if it's the opposite, but it's certainly they're right there together.
Yeah, I think that's well said. I mean, we've talked to, and we know a number of actors who are developing their own television shows.
Yeah.
Exactly. on, dude.
It's funny though. You haven't seen Clooney go back to television ever really since he went to the movies.
Yeah,
That's true.
No, I think that who knows? It's probably an actor's preference, right? I mean, Tom Cruise just does movies over and over, and he makes tons of money.
Right.
But it's funny for this one. Like, I mean, you have all the names, but like the main characters, were they more the names in the 70s?
Well, no. So
let's
get here. Let me get back to the casting. So Martin Sheen is who Michael Winner wanted, just assumed, had lined up, and the producer was like, "No, we don't want that. We want a less known cast." Again, Michael Winner's information, because the research is saying they wanted a recognizable cast.
Yeah.
So then Michael Winner is saying that the studio suggested Chris Sarandon. He had just been up for an Oscar for Dog Day Afternoon, playing Al Pacino's gay lover. And he's only in it for like 10 minutes or something.
Dog Day Afternoon. I remember.
Now, so they got Chris Sarandon on set, started filming. Michael Winner said that he didn't start sending dailies. He called them something different. I don't know if they were called something different back then. Rushes. He called them rushes. We didn't send the
British term.
Yeah, I think maybe it was. A lot of difference, according to him, between American and British cinema, because they did film this in New York. And he was used to working in the UK. In the UK, he was used to working 6-day weeks very lackadaisically.
Whatever.
Coming in at 9:30, 4 hours of tea, like starting to shoot after that.
Not even a call time. Just show up when you want to show up.
It's like tea, an hour and a half for lunch, like go to a place. And then he
grab
gets
some cocaine.
He gets to New York. He gets to New York, where the only a maybe like difference in the more not lazy way, but is they would shoot 5-day weeks in New York, not 6-day weeks. But the production office was there at 6:30 a.m. There was no lunch break. They would get sandwiches. It was just go.
That's what we're more used to.
Yeah, and he did say that New York cast and crew are the best in the world, that he thought, but they do talk way too much. Just like I had to just tell them to shut the hell up so many times while we're on set. The crew's just jabbering with each other.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I can see that.
So I think nowadays, this was in the 70s. Nowadays, you can't get away with like sandwiches for lunch on the go, and
you got to take at least a full, stop.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have these. He did say though that the Teamsters ran things, and the union was a big deal, and that it was definitely cost a lot more money because of that. So, and that they might have shot themselves in the foot after a while with driving production away from New York, because the Teamsters got so demanding.
Sure.
So I don't know how it is these days anymore in New York.
And the production did eventually drive. Did they finish in New York, or they wrapped?
Yeah, no,
else?
they were in New York. They did a couple shots in Europe, but most of it was all in New York.
Nice.
I'll get to some more contradicting information there in a little bit. But for casting, anyways, back to that. He said that the producer was like, "Hey, we want Chris Sarandon, put him in there. He was up for this Oscar. I don't know that he ended up winning it, but we want him." And Michael Winner said that he got on set, started filming, and that he didn't really like him at all. He was like, he's doing sort of a horrible job.
Yeah.
And then
he was a little subpar.
He claimed that he then finally 3 weeks into filming, he sent the rushes, the dailies, back to the studio. And the producer that had wanted Sarandon said, "Who's this?" Of course, he, I don't want to say it, like, not so kindly said, "Who's this Greek waiter who's playing the lead and not doing a great job?" And Michael Winner's like, "That's Chris Sarandon. You wanted him." And he's like, "Why didn't you fire him day one?" And he's like, "Because I didn't have enough balls to do so. You said you wanted him."
Yeah. Oh my God.
So in the commentary, Michael Winner basically settled on saying, like, he did okay. He did all right. The movie's fine. There's enough going on around him. They did all right, but I didn't.
I thought he did fine.
I did too, but he was.
I like Sarandon, so I was like, "Oh, look at him go!" Like,
I like him. So he got better towards the second half of the movie.
Ultimately, Michael Winner wasn't his first choice, and he didn't particularly love. He had nothing. He was like praising all the old school veteran actors in this saying that they were these true actors that are just amazing, and that Chris Sarandon and Rains, the main girl, was like not so great.
Christina Rains. She's pretty nice to look at though. She's very.
She looks
very
exactly like a modern day actress who I can't think of her name.
pretty.
I don't know. You guys have to know what I'm talking about. She looks exactly like
Christina Rains does.
Yeah, she looks exactly like an actress from today.
He's probably like commenting on like Burgess Meredith and
I'll talk about it. But
yeah,
so he basically was putting down Sarandon a little bit and Rains.
Excuse me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Please.
Yeah. And so he just you know what, Chris Sarandon is. I thought he did pretty good, but I think he lends himself to a villain. I think he's
totally. He's
very good at being a villain.
Which he kind of was in this.
A little bit. I mean, at the end, he's great in Fright.
Until the very end,
he's good in Fright Night. He's great in Princess Bride.
Which
but
he's
in
a villain.
both, in both of them, he's sort of like an ass. He's sort of this unsympathetic villain.
Yeah.
And I think And I think early in this film, he still comes across a little bit that way, where he could have been a little more relatable or
I agree.
You know,
kind of the same character that he has. He's a little bit nicer, but like same character he has as Humperdinck and in Princess Bride and Fright Night and
So
could have came maybe a little more of the nice guy and like the more boyfriend like relatable type.
Yeah. I mean, we can move right on through, but he it does boast one of the most distinguished casts.
Like how they get
you have Ava Gardner, who plays the lady that shows him around. So
Miss Logan.
We have Ava Gardner. He was like, Michael Winner couldn't say enough good things about Ava Gardner. He actually talked about how they were personal good friends. She had died by the time he was doing this commentary. He was saying that she liked to drink a lot and would call him at all hours of the night drunk to help her out with crossword puzzles and such.
What? Oh my God. Crossword puzzles.
Yeah. Ava Gardner being a huge star from the 40s to 50s, beautiful actress. She's in Showboat, The Barefoot Contessa. I mean, just tons of movies. She was Frank Sinatra's wife for a period of time.
Wow.
Michael Winner talked about how he would make his scrambled eggs. He would make them with a lot of milk and cream and wisp them around and make them very fluffy. And
like you do.
He took some pride in that. Ava Gardner said that's the way Frank made them.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, and he mentioned that she never thought she was a good actress, but he just would call out during the commentary, look at, they're in the restaurant scene, for example, Ava Gardner, who again is the real estate lady showing her the apartment. She meets with her, the main girl meets with her later on in a restaurant to be like, hey, what the fuck? Like, shit's fucked over here. And during this restaurant scene, while watching it, Michael Winner's like, look, she's a young actress. She's doing way too much. Look at Ava Gardner. She's barely moving. She's barely doing anything. And she's so much more interesting.
Yeah. Wow.
And she's just talking about how he's talking about how less is more with all these veteran actors.
Sure.
And you have the less experienced people just trying to do too much,
Yeah.
So
even though they were the main characters.
Yeah. He even made the comment like, let me pull up what's the actress's name? It's from the main girl. It's
I just had it. It's Christina Rains. No,
Christina Rains. Yeah,
Christina Rains. Yeah,
Christina Rains. So he was saying, he even said, he made a comment that this is Beverly D'Angelo's first film, who is the lesbian masturbating, who becomes the mom in Vacation. And,
Christmas Vacation. Yeah.
And Al Pacino's wife, if I'm not mistaken.
Al Pacino's, for a while. And I think they might have had a child together. I'm not sure.
Dude, that scene when she's comes in, Allison Parker, and she's obviously seeing it, and she just starts going to town, masturbating through her clothes, and I was like, whoa, this is okay.
Michael Winner offhand was like, she would have been a much better lead role than than Reigns, but oh well.
Beverly D'Angelo.
Beverly D'Angelo, yeah. So like, oh, okay.
She was sexy.
Yeah,
dude, man.
So, but anyways, going back to him just praising these old actors like Ava Gardner, who again married to Frank Sinatra for a while. Which, side note, I read a whole thing on Sinatra more recently, and he would have like 25, 30 drinks a day.
Oh yeah. And he
It's
lived
crazy.
82 or 87 or something.
At the age of 40s, 50s, 60s, the hours he kept were like noon to 6 a.m. And he would start drinking. If he woke up at noon, he'd start having cocktails by 2. He would be 25 to 30 drinks in a day. He would be having breakfast to end the night at 6 a.m. in a cafe with the party crew.
Oh my God.
I don't
Stay up all night.
understand. Did he was he particularly? No, he lived a long life.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
Like 87 or 82.
And I think
something.
he did that schedule till he was like 70 or something.
Dude, that's how those
60.
singers do. They do late shows, and then their night would start.
I got it.
Skip all
So
night.
what I got is a gift from, I think, Big Scott or something got me Time magazine or some old issue that had a whole spread on Frank Sinatra and a whole story on him. And I got a peek at his show rider. Now, a rider is something that like your requests as the big artist performing that night, you know. And it was like a whole large page dealio. I'm sure he had a big crew with him, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was things like, 8 tuna sandwiches and 4 ham sandwiches and 10 Diet Cokes and 4 bottles of Jack and 2 bottles of Makers. And, you know, it just went on and on. And like this pack of cigarettes, like 4 different packs of cigarettes and, you know,
Jesus Christ.
He had
for
a
one
very
performance.
specific lineup of things that he needed.
At least you know he wasn't going to let it go to waste.
No. So, but anyways, so yeah, that all stemmed from Ava Gardner being this film. She actually, her career had slowed by the late 70s. She was nearing 55. She hadn't really found substantial roles. So she was happy to come out and do this appearance not shortly, but before her death in 1990. You know, she didn't have a whole lot going on.
That's great. See? Yeah.
You have Burgess Meredith. He plays Charles Chazen, the neighbor.
Yep.
Veteran character actor, of course. He was at this time big because he had just earned an Oscar nomination for Rocky in 76. Was appearing in hits like Burnt Offerings in 1976. So again, Winter had nothing but great things to say about him. Jose Ferrer is a shadowy Catholic bishop in the beginning. He's the one in like the very beginning, red robe, balding.
Yeah.
He's an old character actor too. He was in a lot of stuff, but he was very upfront about saying this job was just for the paycheck.
Oh, well, yeah, some of them had to be
very upfront about that,
For sure.
especially at that age, you know. So,
Yeah.
Martin Balsam is an old character actor. He played the professor that Chris Sarandon goes to get the Latin translated.
Oh, yeah.
I recognize that guy.
Yeah, he's an Academy Award winner for 1,000 Clowns in 1965, but he was in Psycho. He was in 12 Angry Men.
I think I remember him from Psycho.
Yeah.
Yep. He plays the lieutenant or in Psycho, I think.
Yeah, so he's
he kills it. 12 Angry Men is one of my favorites. He's juror number 1. He's very important.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. You have Eli Wallach as the detective who is assisted by only a few lines in Christopher Walken.
Wild, right?
Yeah, Christopher Walken. Yeah, it says introducing Christopher Walken when you see the credits go.
Yeah, and this I think was his first film, and so he obviously blew up after this.
Okay.
Again, a changing of the guard. Christopher Walken's first film, Tom Berenger, one of his first films. At the very end, he's touring the new the place. He's the next
Tom
one.
Berenger, crazy.
Tom
man.
Berenger at the end. Jeff Goldblum as well.
Yeah, he's the photographer.
Yeah, photographer. Another bit of possibly contradicting information. I have notes that say that they didn't use Goldblum's real voice and they dubbed in his lines from a different actor later on. But I sure as hell thought that was Goldblum's voice in the movie.
That was
no
his
mistaking
voice.
that.
It was for sure his voice.
Yeah, his voice is very unique. The only thing that was different about it is he's not doing his normal Goldblum-isms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't any, pauses.
Like, well, and can you move over here and get over there now?
exactly.
And the dog.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was so.
It was his voice, though.
It was for sure.
It was. I had to have been. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. So, yet another bit of contradicting information. Michael Winner in the commentary said that he never uses sound stages. Everything's on location. He likes to go location scouting. He likes to go around to these locations and eat at the restaurants in these neighborhoods and get to know the towns. And I have in the notes that in some of the research that it was a mix between a soundstage and locations, So I don't,
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah.
What the hell was that? Christ on his
Did you hear that?
Oh, God. Why
My ears are just bleeding.
God, for some reason that took a really long time.
I promise this never happens. Normally, it happens.
Speaking of
much
Psycho,
sooner.
what the
Yeah, the horror that means it's time for the horror halftime. I will say that we are well past the halfway mark. So
Yeah, we're probably closing in on the end, to be honest.
yeah,
We're
but
gonna wrap it up here soon.
we almost forgot about it. This is the horror halftime. We haven't had it for the longest time. It's back. We're getting used to it.
Yes. It's been a while. We're on a roll here talking about characters.
And I am going to wrap it up pretty quickly after this. But I do want to say for those of you watching on video here, I can't wait to get rid of this.
The best DVD Blu-ray of all time.
This is Poultrygeist on Blu-ray, Night of the Chicken Dead. I will say on the cover it says, as savage as Dawn of the Dead, as slapstick nutzoid as Evil Dead 2, an exploitation movie with soul. This is the prize for this week's horror halftime winner. Before I announce it, I just want to say that some of the special features are sexy rooftop reshoot, Ron Jeremy's quote alternate happy ending unquote.
I got to see that. No, I don't. No.
Commentaries, of course, by people in it. Troma's first egg amorphic widescreen presentation. Music videos, deleted scenes, trailers. Thighs the limit.
Oh my God. One of the craziest.
I cannot wait to get rid of this.
Man.
Here it is in all its glory. I spent money on this.
Yeah, it's something that you can pass on to your kids. And
So this Poultrygeist Blu-ray special edition is going to our horror Freak of the Week winner for his Judd related meme about Rumpelstiltskin.
Yes.
Luke Morgan, horror Freak of the Week.
Luke, congratulations.
Lukey.
Yes. Shoot me a message on Cult Classic Horror Instagram or Facebook page, either one, with your address, and I will send you this Poultrygeist special edition Blu-ray in the mail, and you can show it to your kids.
Oh my! Wait till they're at least 18.
So those of you that want to win better Blu-rays, because I think this is the worst one in my entire collection, please submit your memes for the horror halftime. It can be memes having to do with this episode, having to do with the last episode, or any, I don't know, the last 5 episodes or something, any episode. Submit your memes in the Facebook group, The Cult Classic Horror Show, using the hashtag horror halftime, or on Instagram. Just to make sure I see it, tag us at Cult Classic Horror and use the hashtag horror halftime. And we will consider your entry. If we like your meme the best, you will win a Blu-ray of one of the past movies that we have covered.
Woo!
Yes. So I'll ship it right to you. And if we don't do a Blu-ray that week, I'll send you a t-shirt or a hoodie or something that has the Cult Classic Horror logo on it. So, or one of our inside jokes that we have on the store there. The Pizza Hut logo is awesome.
Yes.
Let's get you that one.
Oh yeah.
All right, that concludes the horror halftime.
You got William Hickey too. That's that's in it from the freaking Christmas Vacation with Beverly D'Angelo.
Ah,
He plays the old
that's
grandpa.
right. That's
He's in a lot of
right.
stuff too, of course.
That's right. Well, yeah. So a lot of people. All right. I'm going to start wrapping some of this up. I know we're trying to
it's
keep it
okay.
to an hour. It's okay.
We got on a roll here.
Last few episodes, I think our last one was like 2 hours.
We did 2 movies, so. And we went off on a little rant there.
It was a twofer. We were double stuffed.
That was a 2-4, but we did barely mention 2025 at the end. But it was surprisingly decent if you go into it thinking it's going to be shitty as fuck.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised with both.
You have to go in expecting it to be shitty, then you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
If you go in like off of our recommendations, saying, wow, that was a pretty good movie,
yes.
You might be disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Principles Photography took place in 1976. Again, a little bit of a contradictory. All practical locations, according to Michael Winner. Some soundstage stuff, according to some of the research. Mm-hmm. But they did film most of it in Brooklyn Heights. There was a New York brownstone there that they used. 10 Montague Terrace. Supposedly it is still there.
Wow.
It is now luxury loft apartments. Very expensive. But it was a cool building with a great view of the city.
Yeah, you got to view the city. There's a view of the city from her apartment, from Allison's apartment, and then from Michael's apartment, you saw like Central Park. So I wonder if that was...
Yeah, that one was a penthouse. Info from Michael Winner is that they were in town and Barbara Streisand had a penthouse nearby Central Park South, which is where that one was. And she had said, "Y'all use my place. I don't know."
So her and Michael were like tight.
Friends with her or something. Michael Winner was friends with a lot of people, it seemed like. He brought up Marlon Brando a lot. Side story, he rented out a huge yacht to have Marlon Brando on board and have some guests and have a big celebration. And upon boarding that yacht, press took a picture of Brando, which greatly angered him and shut him into a hole into a room the rest of the night, and he didn't converse with any of the guests. And
Brando?
Yeah. And then was super apologetic later on and sent Michael Winner's girlfriend gifts, is the story.
I wish I was on the set, man. They were like partying it up.
Another comment Winner said that Brando had expressed to him was that he fucking hates acting and he became an actor because he signed up for drama school to get laid.
What? That's what Michael said?
I don't know how credible that is.
Okay.
That's
He's
what
a
Michael
fucking good
Winner
actor,
said.
though, man. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Streetcar Named Desire?
Yeah.
He's also, by the way, brilliant. If you ever listen to interviews with Brando, he's like a philosopher. It's incredible.
He'll go.
So good. Effortlessly.
Well, so production did travel overseas for some key scenes. Michael Winner took advantage of European locations to amplify the story's religious dimension. I don't know if this is contradictory or not. They talk about, certainly the group of clergymen in the beginning, that was filmed on location in Florence, Italy, inside a historic church. So that was for sure. But then they talk about the filmmakers also shot at St. Catherine's Church in Hereford, England, which stands in for the convent where Allison is taken in the final moments. I don't remember her being taken to a convent. Was she taken to a convent?
The final moments?
Or,
like at the very end? No.
I mean, that's what it says. I don't know that she ever ended up being taken. Do you remember that, Carmelo? She wasn't taken. She went to a church to talk to a priest twice, but I don't remember her taken to a convent.
Priests. Yeah.
No, I mean, she must go to one at some point between becoming the Sentinel, because she's in the full habit.
The full garb, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I just thought she kind of got battlefield promoted to nun.
Yeah, so
that's what I was thinking.
I was just thinking it might be contradictory because the only other church I can think of besides the Cardinals in the beginning is her dealing with the priests. And during the commentary, Winner said that was a church he thought he remembered in Little Italy in New York, but now this is mentioning a church in Hereford, England. So I don't know. It could be either of the two.
Yeah.
I do know that they did have Catherine Rains in Europe for some of those pictures that she's in in the hanging artwork in the apartment where it says like Great Britain something. It says like Britain something, and she's in the pictures.
Christina Rains.
Yeah, Christina Rains.
Catherine Christina.
Did I say Catherine? Yeah.
You said Catherine. It's okay.
Yeah, I think Winter might have broke her spirit on this because he didn't say this, but in the notes it says that he was very harsh to her on set. And
I read that too.
Did you? Yeah.
I heard that she cried on her way to work every day.
Really?
And she much preferred Konvitz to Winter. And he went so far as to say he wished he cast Beverly D'Angelo in the lead.
Really? To her then.
I don't know if he said it to her, but
yeah. Well, he did say that in the commentary. He said Beverly D'Angelo would have been better.
Yep.
I mean, if any of these if Sarandon or her listened to the commentary, they'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was like, Sarandon sucked ass, but like he was okay. But I wish we would have had Martin Sheen.
Yeah. Right. And you we're sort of getting his perspective of things, but I'm kind of thinking like, man, if you hated Sarandon and you hated Christina and they all hated you, I kind of wonder who the common denominator is.
You know what's worth it? You know what I should do? On the Blu-ray I didn't do it in time for this podcast. I apologize so much. Maybe on the follow-up if we interview Konvitz, there is a commentary solely with Christina Rains.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I should listen to the Christina Rains commentary and see what she has to fucking say about all this.
You should listen to that one.
And there is one more commentary with the producer, the main producer.
You think the director would have the most information, but
I went with the director, writer, producer. I was like, he's going to have the most information, you know.
But then you can tell by his demeanor, like, oh shit, this guy.
But he might be a one-sided, crotchety old man. So
right, exactly.
Yeah, he
turns out.
He probably, he put her through that first scene where Christina Rains walks into her father having an orgy with the cake-eating girls, and like, I don't want to do this. That was a little awkward.
It was a little awkward.
I know. Who eats cake at an orgy?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Then you like bitch slaps.
Well, you're already sinning. You might as well just go all out.
I suppose, yeah. If you're going to indulge one vice, why not?
I'd slip my wrist too if I saw my dad.
I also thought, aside from all these notes, I also thought there's a couple quick, unnecessary scenes. First of all, when they see her dad die in the hospital, it's literally a 4-second scene.
Him like shaking.
Yeah, I'm like, why is that in here? They went to all that trouble to set up this room. It's 4 seconds long.
Yeah.
And then also her quick dinner at the table with her mom. It was like 4-second scene. She's like, "Are you going to be okay?" She's like, "Well, it's not going to be any worse than it used to be." And then cut.
Yeah, I don't. That's the only time we ever saw her mom.
Oh right? Shit, that was it. Yeah. So the reason I was saying that he treated her badly on set is because I think this like shut down her acting career. I think after this, Christina Rains really didn't do anything else, and I think I read somewhere I mentioned her profession. I can't quite remember. It might have been in the medical field. But yeah, pretty much didn't come back.
Jeez,
so
really?
I gotta pull up. She looks exactly. I can't believe you guys aren't like on the same wavelength as me. She looks just fucking spitting image of another actress.
I can't. I don't got it, man. I've tried.
Yeah, she's in
Nightmares,
Flamingo Road.
Man.
I can't. She's really very pretty though.
She looks exactly like this actress, and I can't think of her name, and I can't pinpoint what movies she's in, but I know I've seen her in movies.
Yeah, she didn't do much after that. She was in a couple of miniseries, a TV show, the Sentinel. Yeah. Centennial TV series. She was in 10 episodes after this. The Duelists, Nashville.
A couple other interesting things. We did talk about the masturbation scene already, but Beverly
was awkward.
D'Angelo, she was like, she feared that was going to ruin her, but she very quickly after that played a wholesome role in another film right after it. It sort of brought her back.
I would have been hesitant to do that if I was her, like one of her first
and
films.
She appeared nude then in these dream sequences. So
right.
Yeah, it was. So that was the shock of the film, and so was this undead father attack. Which, just side note, what do you guys think was going on? So Sarandon obviously hired this guy to freak her out, right?
No, I think he hired her to look into it because she was complaining about the weird neighbors and stuff.
Yeah.
Hired the guy to come over and look into it.
Yeah, I think Sarandon really liked her. I think so too. The reason he offed his ex-wife is because he really liked the model.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think he had the
think he wanted to
guy
protect
go
her.
over to check on her, and then she killed him and sliced his nose off, and then Sarandon like tried to help cover it up and
Right.
put the car in the junkyard.
Do you think that's what happened? Did Sarandon, was he the one that like got the body, put the car in the junkyard, disposed of it?
Oh, I didn't think about that. I just assumed like the Devils had done it. And just
I was
Sarandon
assuming
showed
that
up
too.
to,
That like they disposed of the body, and that's
Well,
where.
because Sarandon had to. He was being questioned by the cops, and obviously he didn't say anything about like, oh, I sent this guy over to check on her. Like,
Yeah.
So maybe he did help cover it up.
Maybe he went there first and was like, "Oh shit."
I thought for a moment maybe he was trying to scare her like into staying with him, and she killed his friend on accident. You know.
I didn't put together that she killed the guy until like after it happened. I'm like, oh,
But I think you're right, Carmelo. I think that he probably sent the guy over just to check on her, and
yeah.
killed him.
Yeah. I didn't think about the scaring her into staying with him angle. That's interesting, but I definitely don't think he wanted to hurt her. I think.
No.
Yeah,
I think that's why he. I don't know if they were clear on the timeline, but my sense was he started fucking around with this model, and so he had his wife killed so he could be with her.
Yeah. He was looking at that upstairs too. He was headed upstairs to the priest floor, to the 5th floor. They're like, I'm going to check this out.
Yeah. Another random fact about that actor, I don't know his name, but the detective that got, or the guy that went to check and got killed, Michael Winter was like, oh yeah, that guy, I used him on something else, and he sent me an unexpected bill for stunt work for this tiny little fight I had him do, and so I never hired him again.
Fucker. You do not.
Michael Winter sounds like a real special guy.
Yeah,
like a winner.
he's starting to sound
My
worse and
God.
worse the more I talk about him out loud.
Yeah. I wish I would have met him. Damn it.
I know.
You should look at a picture of him. He looks exactly like he sounds.
No, he kind of looks like Burt Dennings from The Exorcist.
He sort of does, actually. Yeah. And he sounds like him, too, a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The other notes I have, we've already talked at length about the deformities and the people. It's everything we already talked about. Like them sort of wanting to work, but also being called out for being exploitative, but them wanting to be there. So, it was sort of a two-sided thing there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see him.
Yeah,
totally does.
He does, huh?
He looks like he's been in
British
movies.
Look.
Looks so familiar.
That British look.
God, he's just a huge weird nose, man.
He does.
What the heck?
Yeah, we can zip. The only other we can talk a little about the release. Well, first I want to talk about the book, because you did mention, Carmelo, that you had heard it was a successful book, and I think it was. But they did mention, at least Winter mentioned, that it didn't do well in hardcover. Like, it sold measly in hardcover. But then the paperback came out, and it did sell really well in paperback.
It's interesting. I don't know a whole lot about the economics of book releases, but, the paperbacks, that sort of mass market paperback, is when they kind of make the book, frankly, much cheaper, and it becomes a sort of beach read.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting that it sounds like the book had longevity to it. So like maybe, but I don't know.
Well, yeah. And the notes I have about the film are that it was wishy-washy upon release. The critics sort of panned it. Some were okay with it. A lot of people hated the using the quote unquote real freaks, to quote them. They, talked about how Freaks, the movie 1932,
right,
did it right and paid homage and had empathy, but this one didn't really. Didn't we cover a more modern movie called Freaks? That was, I thought, at one point that
we covered the classic one. I think.
I don't think it was 32. I think it was. Anyways, so
Freaks, 2018, maybe.
No, this one's called 1932. Freaks.
Okay, yeah,
That's what they're referencing to.
Yeah, we might have done.
I thought we did one that was like pretty new.
We might
because we interviewed someone who was involved with it or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it was the lady who's like was touted as the new Elvira. I forgot her name. We interviewed her.
Oh, there's a. Oh, yeah, we did. Freaked, I think we covered.
Freaked me with the dude from Bill and Ted.
Alex Winter.
Alex Winter.
That's right. Yeah, Deep Roy was in it. Randy Quaid.
Yeah, Freaked.
Yeah, Freaked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what we covered.
Then I think we covered it along with the girl who, at the time, I don't know if it disappeared, was being touted as like, oh, she's the next Elvira, and we had her as a guest and let her pick the movie to cover, and she picked Freaked.
Yeah. Mr. T was in it and stuff. Yeah.
So, anyways, what was I say? Oh yeah. So like the book, I don't like the book, but the film again came out wishy-washy. Some critics panned it. It was very toned down for TV release.
Yeah, like almost to the point where you couldn't understand what the movie was anymore.
Yeah, they got rid of the masturbation. They got rid of the close-ups on the freaks. They got. I'm saying freaks because that's in quotes. I'm not
the words they were using.
Yeah. They toned down a lot of things. The dead dad scene sequence where they chop him up. Like a lot
That was
of it
pretty cool
toned down.
scene.
Yeah, it was cool. Dick Warlock did the special effects. Who did The
nice.
Exorcist too, and a couple.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And that scene where she stabs her father's ghost and cuts him up.
Yeah.
That's like, first of all, I thought it was genuinely scary, and second of all, it's on a lot of those like top 100 scary movie moment lists. That actually stands out in history. So.
Totally.
Yeah,
It kind of
it
reminds
does.
me of like a Dawn of the Dead feel with like I don't know, like the kind of the clammy chalk white.
Yeah,
the rawness. The
And,
rawness.
The rawness of it. Yeah, exactly.
The bright colored blood and stuff. And the
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Oh,
straight up.
Giallo, right?
Yeah. What's the fucking George Romero?
Romero,
Yeah.
but Giallo. Joe Castro strives to do some of these things.
Yeah.
Right, that's right. Our buddy, good
Yeah,
buddy Joe.
Good buddy Joe, who did special effects for the last couple films. So, so the film really, because it's shown theatrically the way it was meant to be shown, then greatly dumbed down for the masses for TV release. It didn't really get its feet until it was VHS released, director's cut, or original cut, and that's when it started gaining a cult classic following because people could see it the way it was meant to be seen with all the way we watched it on Netflix.
Right.
So then it started doing really well after that, and now it's become a cult classic.
Yeah, it's great. I thought it was good.
And they do say that some critics have come around now saying, of course, I rant on this all the time. The older a movie is, the higher the IMDb rating, no matter how fucking shitty the movie was.
You're absolutely right. There is a nostalgia factor for sure that multiplies movies. But also, I think sometimes people just hate new stuff because they're like, it's not what I grew up with.
Yeah.
But then when it becomes old, then they take that away, and now they're just like, oh, this is a good movie.
Yeah, totally. I know. Fucking people. Yeah, all the older ones are great. All these new ones suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I marvel at how, when we were in the 90s and we were growing up, the 70s, that was the classic stuff, or the Universal stuff was the classic stuff.
Yeah.
And now to us, all these 80s movies and 90s movies, now it's like Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream. These are the classics now.
I love them.
Yeah.
These things that were new are quite old now.
They still seem new in my mind. I'm like,
They
fuck.
do.
I'm old.
They do. Yeah.
I watched this and I'm like, God, this is an old movie.
It's actually weird, Carmelo, because sometimes when we talk amongst each other, because you're only, a few years younger than, how old are you?
36.
Yeah, you're only like 4 years younger than us. But I don't think it's just with age. I think because you sort of started a little bit later, it's almost apparent there sometimes. I'm like, oh, you've seen this movie, right? Like you grew up with this movie, and you're like, no, I didn't. Like I grew up with this movie. And I'm like,
Right.
Oh, fuck, like that's different. You know what I mean?
It's true. Just a couple of years sometimes makes a difference. And it's and actually, the reason I've seen so many things that you guys grew up on is because I had older cousins who were like my older brothers.
Yeah.
And they're maybe 5-6 years, maybe up to 7 years older than me, right? So like I grew up idolizing them, and they wanted me to watch Predator and Alien and so forth.
Oh yeah.
Well, and as we get older, I don't know if this happens to you, but I'll talk to somebody in passing and of a younger generation, right? And I just think it's a given that people have seen The Shining. People have seen the Evil Dead franchise.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street. And these younger folks these days haven't seen any of it.
No.
It's like, what?
It's wild.
Not at all.
And I wonder if, given the rise of short form content, I wonder if this generation could ever appreciate like The Shining. Like it's just too slow and long. And I know we got to wrap it up. But one last story about that is because it's kind of a sweet story. I wore an Ash costume to the Renaissance Fair, and these kids came up to me and they were like, hey, we were just wondering, like, who are you? And I was like, oh my, because the chainsaw.
You don't know who I am.
Working. So I was just like, I'm like, I was actually overjoyed that they cared to ask. And I was like, from Army of Darkness. It's about an asshole who goes back in time and fights an army of the undead. Get yourself your favorite Diet Mandarin orange slice. Get yourself some popcorn. Go home and watch Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. And I think, I like to think maybe we made some fans there.
Yeah,
I hope so. I hope so. It's just nuts, man. We were on and again, I know we're wrapping up, but we were on the road a couple weeks ago with the band. And that also is another area where we are, I hope, still relevant, but playing with all these bands that are like these kids that are 18, 20 years old
20s.
Or younger. And one of them was like a horror fan, and he was probably like 20 years old or 21 or maybe even 18. And very surprising because he was like, oh, The Shining and like Kubrick and blah, blah. And I was like, holy fuck. Like, I never see this in the younger,
Dude, there was this lady, sorry, I know we're wrapping up. We have a poolside shirt that has like all the Shining, classic Shining, like the Grady twin sisters.
Yeah, we use designs from a lot of horror films.
Yeah, like we have like the Phantasm, the tall man and Phantasm and stuff. But she looked at the shirt, and we have the twins, and then the maze, and then the carpet, and she saw the carpet. She's like, "Oh my god, the Shining carpet! I have a blanket, a queen size blanket that took me 2 years to crochet. You guys got to see this. I'm a huge Shining fan." I'm like, "Oh my god, see?" So it's like, and she was probably 35, 36, or maybe my age.
What surprises me, even people our age, this specifically when our band plays and we're on the road or we're playing shows, we do have a shirt that has the tall man from Phantasm on it. He's very clearly the tall man. He's surrounded by spheres with blades coming out of them. And then below him, you have the two, there's only one in the movie, but there's two cross 5-barrel shotguns that, Reggie uses a 5-barrel shotgun in the movie. Yeah. In the third one. And iconic. I mean, I grew up, Phantasm 3 specifically. It's the 5-barrel shotgun. It's the tall man in the mortuary. It's like Phantasm 3 is the one that sticks in my head the most.
It's great. It's great.
But I would say 90% of people, even people our age, just come by. They have no fucking idea that that's from Phantasm. It's like one person 100 is like, oh, Phantasm.
Phantasm,
right.
No way.
And that blows me away. I'm like, does not everyone know what Phantasm is?
Yeah, man. That's great. See, that's why I appreciate these like 70s movies. Like this seemed like old to me. Like, oh yeah, this is old, but like that's all we watch. So like I'm watching a newer one, and I'm more 80s myself, but I watch a newer one. I'm like, oh man, it doesn't have the nostalgic feel. And even Liz now, my wife, she's like, I like the new ones, but I just like the charm of the old ones. So like she likes to watch Nightmare on Elm Street compared to like the new Nightmare, or something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they do have charm to them for sure. So
all right, well, I think we can get. We're at 120. I think we can get it in 130 if we do. What did you watch?
That was the Sentinel, guys. But go watch the Sentinel.
That was the Sentinel. It's on Netflix currently.
You already watched it.
Probably still will be when you listen to this. We record a few days early. It's probably there for a while. Go watch it on Netflix.
Yes.
Did you watch anything good lately?
I did, man. Frankenstein.
I did too.
Oh, I need to watch it.
Yeah, it was great.
Don't tell me. Was it great?
It was great. I won't spoil it for you.
I really need to see it.
It's one of the truest adaptations to the book.
Really? Because I've never read the book.
There are some. I love the book. There are some pretty major changes, but you can tell that this movie was made by someone who loves that book because the stuff that it got right was so specific and nuanced, and there are parts of the movie that are like looking at a painting. I mean, Guillermo del Toro's cinematography is just.
And it's taken back in like the ancient times of Frankenstein. Like it's period.
Yeah, piece. I mean, it's a period piece.
Yeah. And it's extraordinary. I won't say more. Just go see it.
Jacob Elordi does pretty good, huh?
Oh yeah. So it was supposed to be Andrew Garfield was going to play the creature, and then
was it?
Yeah, and then the Hollywood strikes interfered with scheduling or something like that.
That's too bad.
Yeah. But the guy who did it was fantastic, and they do a lot bit more like kind of generational trauma of like Victor Frankenstein's issues with his own shitty father, and then how he kind of passes that along to his son. the creature.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. So they do a couple things a little differently, and they really make Victor Frankenstein a bastard. He just sucks in this movie, but it's fantastic. You gotta see it. And the ending made me cry. I fucking cried at the end of the movie.
Is there?
Get me.
Is it from the book that all the Arctic stuff going on in the beginning and around it?
And no Frankenstein has ever done that, but
Really?
Frankenstein is a framed narrative where it's actually the guy in the beginning writing a letter to his sister, telling her about this guy he found in the Arctic. And then it gets like it's a frame inside of a frame, because then he tells Frankenstein's story, and then Frankenstein meets the creature, and the creature tells Frankenstein his story. So it's like this like fourth hand account of the creature's narrative.
Thank you for telling me that before I watch it. So now I'll know kind of.
No, I thought the Arctic stuff made it a lot more interesting. I thought it was awesome.
It was really cool, the Arctic stuff. And it was sort of the point that the movie makes it explicit. The point in the book is that the ship captain Walden is like trudging forth to the north looking for knowledge of I don't know, electromagnetism or something. And then that mirrors Frankenstein's own search for knowledge at all costs, and the pain, So it was very cool inclusion. We've never seen that before in a movie. It was really
nice. I love it when they add those those little things that make the movie so much better.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? Given that movie is so trending right now, maybe the next episode we should do classic Frankenstein.
Dude. Yeah. Well, we've done the classic Frankenstein though, haven't we? I think we did the first one.
Maybe we did. I think we did. I think we did first one and Bride.
We did them. Okay. Yeah.
We can still revisit it. But I mean, there's still some classics we haven't done. We haven't done Dracula yet.
Also, be fun commentaries because they're much shorter. If we did a live commentary,
like an hour long.
Yeah, they're barely an hour. Yeah,
they're short movies for sure.
I did. It must. I haven't read the book, but I've seen Young Frankenstein.
I watched Young Frankenstein with Liz again. She watches it every year.
And I've seen Classic Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's a very large part of the book that he visits a blind person, and
it's funny because Young Frankenstein's actually like super true to it's super true.
Yeah, and so he visits the blind guy in this one, and it's obviously a lot more serious, but that was interesting. Like,
Does he light his cigarette for him? And he
there's not that. It's a bit more gruesome than that.
I gotta see it now.
But it was good. Yeah, and he keeps getting a bad rap. Get things blamed on him the whole time. And, but I thought I watched it too. I thought it was awesome. I'd never read the book, but it was great.
You guys watch anything else?
Some good people in it too. Yeah, did you watch anything else, Carmelo?
I've been watching Alien Earth on Hulu.
Oh yeah.
I watched that. There's only one season out right now, right?
Only one season. It is coming back. I'm one episode away from the end. I think it's fantastic.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I really need to see that.
I love it. I'm so glad to hear you say that because a lot of people were hard on it. I think it's fucking great.
I think it is
Ben's watching that. Curtis is watching it too right now.
I think it's the goriest alien we've ever seen.
Oh yeah, there's stuff in there that's just bonkers.
I mean, the newest Alien was actually pretty gory.
Romulus.
Romulus was pretty gory. Yeah,
but it's very graphic. It's very in the vein of what I think Alien should be. Yeah, and I thought it was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I gotta watch that.
What about you guys? You watch anything else?
I watched the second season of Wednesday. And it was good.
Okay.
I think the first season was better, but I thought it was good. There's some graphic stuff in that too, some disturbing stuff. But it's on Netflix, and it's obviously there's like Jenna Ortega and kids and stuff. But it's Steve Buscemi's in there. He makes an appearance in this, and there's some good stuff in there for sure. There's some good creature effects in it.
Nice.
Then I saw Nightmare on Elm Street with Liz, and then Young Frankenstein again. So she had never seen Nightmare on Elm Street. See, that's what we're just talking about. I'm like, dude, we were just talking about that might be the best original film out of
the 80s slasher.
Yeah, I drug Sharon through a lot of these films early on when in the courting stage, and then once we tied the knot, she was like, I don't like horror, and I'm never watching one again.
Bait and switch.
Like, what the fuck?
Liz will watch it. I mean, she'll watch them. She watched In a Violent Nature. with me.
Ah, that's good.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Anyways, I talked about that last time, but anyway, yeah.
Oh, I saw 28 Years Later. I saw that too.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was magnificent until the last minute, and then I was like, "What the fuck happened?" And then, of course, I found out it was to set up a sequel that's coming out next month. I think so.
Is it already?
Next month.
Dude, yeah, like really soon, like January. I think it's coming.
They must have shot them like back to back.
I bet they.
I think they did, and supposedly it's going to be a trilogy. So that all that weird shit at the end is what the second one's all about, and it actually looks like the trailer looks bonkers.
Okay,
because I went and saw Predator: Badlands, and they played the trailer before.
Oh yeah, how was that?
I like Predator. It was great. Yeah, it's I've been
that's
fortunate.
new live action Predator.
The new live
Yeah,
action.
Badlands with what's her name in it?
Who's in it?
I saw a preview of it. It looked really good.
It's gosh, what's that girl's name?
Is it Mid Thunder again? Is it?
No, it's not a sequel to Prey.
It's not Prey.
Though I heard they are making a Prey too. This one has
I think I saw this.
her name is
her name?
Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dakota Fanning's sister. Elle
Right.
Fanning.
And she's awesome in it. But this is finally a movie that's about the Predator.
Dude, I saw the preview for it. It looked good.
Is it in theaters?
It's in theaters and it's great. And some people were like, oh, they Disneyfied it because they gave him a story and he learns to make friends. I'm like, what did you expect if they were going to make the movie about the Predator?
Yeah.
He's going to have an arc. He's got to have a motive.
Yeah.
He's got to grow. Like,
Yeah.
But finally, you don't have to watch a movie about like 10 stupid humans running around getting killed.
Yeah.
It's just about him. And he's awesome.
That's cool. That's
Dude,
cool.
I just saw a preview of him just screaming with both of his mouths open and he's just like beastly. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did see some teasers for it. I gotta watch that.
Better than Prey?
Like it. No, Prey, I think I liked a little bit better. But this was awesome. I mean, this was different than any other Predator movie because it wasn't just here's the Predator hunting different people. This, which I love Prey but this one was finally something that adds to the mythos of the Predators and adds to the mythology. This is really terrific.
It's been a while. So I watched a movie called Haunter that was all right. It's on Amazon. Check it out. I don't know. Or Shudder. With what's this girl's name? I should just click on it. You recognize her. Haunter. What the fuck? Details. What's this actress's name? Anyways, it's pretty good. It's like this girl stuck in a time loop. I know that sounds sort of like overused, but it's not too bad. She's like stuck in a time loop.
Nice.
And there's some supernatural shit going on.
Like
I watched
Sentinel.
couple more episodes of Creep Show. I'm ever so slowly working my way through.
I gotta watch that too. Damn.
And then I watched barely. God, did I even finish it? The newest Hell House LLC Lineage, which they completely did a right turn, and it's a normal narrative film, and they got so much fucking flack for it.
Huh? Why would they do that?
You kind of deserve it.
Dude, dude. It was not great. I literally watched it. I'm looking at my watch history. November 15th. So 6 days ago. I can't even fucking remember like 1 minute from
You watched the whole thing.
I can't even.
Were you falling asleep?
Dude, I don't even know what happened. I was
falling
so
asleep?
bad.
Long night? Did you doze off?
I don't think I even dozed off. Dude, I had to finish it. It says watch again. I can't even fucking tell you what it was about.
See, I hate that.
It was this.
I guess that's an endorsement.
Dude,
That's
it
how I
was
feel about
so
Dark
bad.
City.
It was like this. Okay, you know what it was? Yeah, it's coming back to me now a little bit. It was the girl from the third one. The third one is when the guy brings his reality show to Hell House. He's like, oh, Mind Warp or whatever it's called. And he's like, we're going to spend the night in Hell House. And she's like a producer on the show or something. And
I remember that. Yeah.
they like bring her back in this Hell House LLC lineage, and they have her. People tied to Hell House are starting to like realize they have something in common, and like you start to figure out more history about the family, because the last one was the Carmichael Manor, where you found out a little bit about the creators of Hell House and the clowns and the circus shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was fucking. Carmel Manor is actually pretty good. If you haven't watched it,
I've not seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah, the fourth Hell House is actually pretty fucking good. It's way better than the third one. The third one I think is the weakest one. The fourth one's actually really good. It's creepy as fuck. And it's a whole different movie. Like the first three are in Hell House LLC, like the Abaddon Hotel, the blah blah blah, the same location. And the third one goes to like the family that is the backstory, and it goes to their manor.
Okay.
It's like their mansion in the middle of nowhere is where it takes place. So that one's good. This one is, dude. So yeah, they got a bunch of flack from the fan base. Like if you look in the found footage movie groups, there's people that are just like, I just watched the new found footage or the new Hell House, and it's a straight up fucking like real movie. What bullshit is this?
Oh jeez, yeah. I mean, when you made
Footage fans, we like what we like.
Yeah,
you made four of them.
How do you make 4 found footage movies in a franchise, and then the finale, the last one that's supposed to explain all this shit, which still sort of leaves it like there's going to be a sequel, a normal fucking narrative, you know?
Of course, maybe you get people who aren't in the found footage group that are like, "Oh, it was great." Yes.
I don't know, man. It was.
But no, you got to keep it.
I mean, I guess Blair Witch moved from found footage to narrative,
And no one liked it when they did it.
yeah, and then they went back.
And then they went back. Yeah, exactly.
Paranormal's never done narrative.
No.
So
you gotta keep it.
They know. They know.
Oh shit! I got to tell you this. I saw Paranormal Activity live. There's like a production, a play you can go see now.
Oh, really?
And if it comes to your home,
No.
yes, and if it comes to your hometown, fucking see it.
Really?
I was shaking in my seat.
Are you kidding me?
No way.
It was
Paranormal in the theater?
It was awesome. The set is so plot wise. It has nothing to do with any of the movies. It's just a haunting.
Okay.
But the set is like a 2-story house. So the characters are like they'll be down here in the kitchen, but upstairs like the bathroom door is opening or like there's a figure moving or something.
And the audience sees it.
You see the whole house. They're only in like one room of it.
Wow.
And I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I thought it was going to be a slow burn, and about 10 minutes in, there's this crazy jump scare.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, fuck, we're off to the races.
What?
A theater production.
It was so good.
Is there like dialogue and lines in it?
Yeah, I cannot overstate how good it was.
Oh my God, I gotta see. It was just called Paranormal.
It's called Paranormal Activity Live, and there's maybe like 4 actors in it.
What?
Wow.
But they do some shit that you're like, man, that's one thing when you see it in a movie. When it happens in front of your eyes, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Awesome. I gotta check that out. They obviously had to do a lot of tomfoolery and effects work back.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's partially like watching a magic show in a play because some of the effects are just like, how did things appear and disappear and
how'd they do it?
And yeah, I mean, exactly. So that's the only thing I can compare it to really is kind of like watching a magic show. But check it out, man.
Wow.
Right now I think it's done in Chicago, but then I think it's in Los Angeles, but it's going to go around the country. So like,
well, I think we've gone a little over.
136.
That's all right. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. Get those memes in. # horror halftime. We're sending out Poultrygeist to Luke Morgan. I swear the prizes will get better. I just had to get rid of this fucking thing. You might enjoy it. Rob would love getting Poultrygeist Blu-ray in the mail.
Not me. I mean, if you've never seen it, you got to see it.
Yeah. Give Rob some shit. Tell him to start showing up to the episodes so that we can all have a good time.
Yes.
And yeah, I think we don't have anything else to push at the moment, right, Carmel? I mean, we're getting out this Name the Demon stuff. We've just been told by a distributor that we don't do bulk Blu-rays anymore, so do your own. So we're like, then I wouldn't have bothered with you in the first fucking
show.
So we're like, okay. So now we're doing that. But I guess the good news is I think I can just get it done pretty much right away.
Yeah, it's like multiple people should be able to do it.
So that'll be coming out if you guys, for those of you waiting on those, I just got to put the order in, I guess, and we'll get those. But yeah, keep an ear out for more projects. Carmel finished, I think Unarmed still in the works, and then we might be shooting something next year.
Yeah, we're going to shoot our next found footage movie in the spring. So
yeah, it's going to be a good
Hell
time.
yeah.
So.
Some more horror to you guys coming your way.
Yeah.
I'm also producing 5 other movies this month, it turns out. So we're going to have a lot of movies coming your way soon.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you rate and review us. I never asked for that anymore.
I rate and review.
Need to start doing that. Rate and review us on
Follow
like
us on
Apple
social
Podcasts.
medias. Rate, review. Yes.
And we appreciate it. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. I don't know what we're going to cover next, but we're taking a break for Thanksgiving. I think it'll coincide with our normal schedule anyway. So a couple more weeks, and we'll get another episode out to you.
So
Yeah.
December 5th will be.
Maybe we'll have a Christmas episode for you guys, or bring back over.
We'll see what we want to cover. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. We'll catch you next time.
Later.
Don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.